Picture of what we're going to draw today. It's going to be a little German Shepherd puppy. And the first thing we're going to start off with is drawing the eyes right in the middle of the page. So you're going to draw two circles right in the middle of the page. And take your time. I know drawing circles can kind of be tricky sometimes to get it even, but just take your time and we're going to start together, okay? Okay. First, we're going to start off drawing the eyes. Okay, so we've got two circles. Can everyone see that okay? Okay. Now, inside of the big circle, we're going to draw a little circle. And I like to put the little circle off to one side so it looks like the dog is maybe looking to one side or the other. I'm going to show you now. Okay, just like that. Now our next step is we're going to fill in the rest of the eye outside of the little circle. And we're going to leave the little circle white, okay? You guys can watch. Okay, so that's one. And now we're going to do the next eye. Okay, now we just drew our eyes. Is everyone following along? Okay, good job. The next step is we're going to draw the nose, okay? And the nose is kind of like an upside down triangle, but it has rounded edges instead of pointy edges, okay? You guys can follow along. We're going to start with our first line, and it's going to be even with the bottom of the eyes. You guys can watch me first. Okay, so that's our first line. That's the very tippy top of the nose. Now we're going to draw the rest of the nose. Okay, you guys kind of see how that's a triangle that's upside down, but these corners are a little bit rounded. They're not very pointy. Okay. Next step is we're going to draw a circle or an oval on the top of the nose. You guys can watch me first, okay? Okay, so now that you drew that oval, And that oval's right here underneath that top line. And we're going to fill in, just like with the eye, we're going to leave that little oval white, and we're going to fill in everything else around it black. Just want to remind you guys, if anyone has a question, you can type it to me in a little chat, or you can press the little icon with the hand, and you can raise your hand and ask a question. Maybe I can help you answer the question. We're still going to fill in the rest of that nose. Okay, everybody got their nose filled in? Good job. And the next step is we're going to draw a line straight down right at the bottom of the nose, at the tip of that triangle, straight down. It's going to be a short line, maybe only about half the width of your eye. And then the next step is we're going to draw the smile of the puppy, okay? You guys can watch me first. It's going to be 2 curved lines, and we're going to be drawing a little smile. You guys can watch. That's 1. That's 2. Okay. Everybody got that? Now we're going to draw a little line in the corner of the mouth, and that's going to kind of show that the puppy has a big smile with cheeks. Okay. Next step is the tongue. So this puppy has their tongue hanging out, and I'm going to show you how to draw the tongue now. We're going to start at the top of the lip here, and we're going to draw 2 lines coming down. These 2 lines come sort of angle out, so they're not straight. They're kind of angled out a little bit, okay? And then we're going to draw the tip of the tongue. It's a round shape, like half a circle. There you go. Next step is to draw a line down the middle of the tongue. It's a short line, and it lines up with the line that you first drew underneath the nose. Sometimes I like to make that line a little bit thicker at the top and then pointy at the bottom. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can try it. Next step is to draw the rest of the mouth. We're going to draw a line starting at the corner of the mouth, and it's going to come down and stop at the tip of the tongue. You guys watch this. Okay, it's starting to look like something now, huh? Pretty cool. Now we're going to fill in the space around the tongue inside of the mouth black. Okay, that's one side. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, there you go. That's your smile. Our next step is to start to draw the shape of the head of the puppy. It's okay to sketch with a pencil first if you want to make a really light pencil line, and then you can use a marker once you're sure about where you want to put your lines. You can always erase the pencil later. So we're going to start with the outside of the head. You can take your time and check out the first line we're going to do on the side of the head here. So that line kind of comes down along the eye, and then it pokes out straight across from the tip of the mouth. So right in the corner of your smile, you're going to have almost like a point, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. There you go. Pretty cool. And we're going to draw some tufts of hair on the dog's cheeks. So we're going to draw a couple little pointy tufts of hair. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. You can make yours a little bit different if you want to. It doesn't have to be just like mine. You can make this your own. Now that we got the hair on the cheeks done, we're going to draw the neck. So the neck is going to come down. It's going to be two curved lines right underneath the tongue. There you go. That's your neck. Now our next step is a very important step. It's going to be the ears. So this is a German Shepherd puppy, of course. And as we all know, German Shepherds have pointy ears. So if you wanted to draw a different kind of dog, that's okay. But you might want to make the ears more rounded or floppy or folded over if you want to draw a different dog. But today we're going to be drawing a German Shepherd, and German Shepherds have pointy ears. When we make the pointy ears, we don't want to make it like a sharp point like we did on the cheeks. We want sort of like a little rounded point when we get to the top. I'm going to talk you through it first. Before we draw the ears, I want you to find the very top of the head. You can use a pencil if you're sketching to find that first. You can even take this line and connect it with a pencil. And then with the marker, you can draw the rest when you know where things go. We want to find the little line at the top of the head in between the ears. Okay, so that's the line in between the ears. I'm just going to put a little mark, a little tick mark on both sides of that. So that's where I know my ears are going to start there. And then I'm going to draw another little tick mark about halfway down on the eye. If you go to the eye, come straight across, a little tick mark. So that's when you know where to start and stop your lines. Okay. Okay, that's one ear. Now we're going to draw the next ear. Just remember, we don't want to make the ears super pointy because he is a young pup, so they're not very pointy yet, but they're a little rounded. Next line is going to trace just on the inside of the ear. You guys can watch this. Okay, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side too. Okay, nice. And our next step is to start right here at the bottom of that line you just drew. And we're going to draw a little tuft of hair on the inside of the ear. And then we're going to connect that line right here at the bottom. I'm going to try that one more time. Okay, there you go. You're getting there. And our next step is to draw the shoulders. Okay. We're going to start right here, right above the bottom of the neck, just a little bit. And we're going to come out at an angle and curve around. We're going to draw his shoulders. Okay. Got those two lines. Now we're going to sort of draw a tuft of hair going across the bottom of his shoulders, sort of like we did on the cheeks. You guys can draw as many tufts of hair as you want, but try to follow along.
Go back on there. Go back on there.
Good. Now you go down. Here.
Okay, so we did 3 spikes right there. 1, 2, 3. We're going the other side. We do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do 2 big ones. Okay, I'm just going to check to see if anyone has any questions real quick. We're good? All right. So after the shoulders, we're going to draw the legs, the front legs coming down to the paws. And you guys can follow along with that. We're going to start just on the inside of the shoulders. Going to make a little mark on both sides. So we're just on the inside of the shoulders. And we're going to draw a little bit of a curved line straight down. And then the same line on the other side. Okay. So those are our front legs. And now we're going to draw the inside of the front legs. We're starting just on the inside here of that last line we drew. Okay, just like that. I'm going to draw a little tuft of hair at the top, kind of where the dog's armpit is on the front legs. Just like that. And now we're going to draw the paws on the front feet. So we're down here at the bottom. Draw a little curved line. That's the back of the paw. And then we're going to draw a rounded line. You guys can see okay? Okay. Now we're going to draw some lines that are going to describe the toes on the paw. And it's just like a little half circle. Okay. So that's our front legs. The next thing we're going to draw is our back legs. So this dog is sitting and he's looking at us. So his back end is sitting down on the ground. And I'll show you how to draw that. It's kind of a neat little trick. I'm going to draw sort of like a half circle, starting right underneath the shoulder, right about here, on both sides. Just like that. So that's like the back legs of the dog. And here's the back foot. Okay. Now we're going to connect the line with the back foot is going to go right in between the two front feet, just like that. Okay. That's one line across the bottom. Next is our tail. So we're going to give him like a big fluffy tail. Okay. We're going to start down here by the back foot. And we're going to kind of do some tufties or some spiky lines, just like on the cheeks and just like underneath the chin. Okay, sort of like that. You know, one big detail that I forgot to mention in the very beginning, it's my fault, was the eyebrows. We never drew the eyebrows. So we're gonna do a couple little details with the black line, and then we can get to the fun part, which is coloring it. Okay, so we're gonna draw the eyebrows, and the eyebrows are just a little slanted line above the eye. You can make that line thick or thin. You can give your dog eyelashes if you want it to be a girl. And one last line is we're going to, right above the eyebrow, on the inside of the ear, we're going to draw one little thin line up, and we're going to make it a little bit thicker at the bottom. Do that same thing on the other side. Okay. I think we are done with our drawing. Was everybody able to keep up? Okay, good job. Now, if you start it with pencil, you can take your eraser, and you can erase any of the pencil that you started with, and you'll be left with only marker. But if you only used a pencil, you can keep it just how it is, okay? Our next step is going to be color. So this is sort of the fun part. This is where you can sort of color it in any way you want to. You can make them silly colors, bright colors, or you can make it more like a realistic German Shepherd colors. Most German Shepherds are black and tan, dark tan, light tan, dark brown, light brown. Those are some of the colors that we're going to use today. But you can use whatever colors you have in your box. Crayons are great, markers are great. Can't go wrong. So first thing we're going to start with is a light pink color, okay? And we're going to put the light pink on the inside of the ears, right here and here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that's one ear. I'm going to do the other. You want to make sure that you keep the pink inside of the ear, and that line on the outside of the ear, we want to keep that one white for now, because we're going to go back later and we're going to color that in a little bit darker brown. That's going to be the hair on the outside of the ear. So make sure we keep this pink just on the inside of the ear. Okay. Next thing we're going to use our pink color for is the tongue. Okay, there we go. So when I'm coloring I usually like to work from the lightest colors to the darkest colors. You could always make it darker, but sometimes it's hard to make it lighter because we can't take that color back. So I like to start from light and then move to dark. The next color we're going to use is the tan color. So like sand or beige or tan, light tan. That's going to be a lot of what the inside of the German Shepherd is going to be colored in. And we can always put the dark color over the light color, and the dark color will cover the light color, but we can't put the light color over the dark color. Okay, so we're going to color in the face and the neck and the chest and the legs with a light tan. Okay. take your time, make sure you color inside the lines. Okay, so we're getting there. And this one is probably the most color you're gonna use. So you can play around with a couple different color browns until you find the one you like. Okay. So I left the top of the head white. You don't have to. And I left the ears white because I'm gonna go back later with a dark brown and I'm gonna make a dark brown on top of the head. A lot of times German Shepherds have darker colors on top and then lighter colors on their bottom half. We're gonna keep going and color in the shoulders. Okay, we got our shoulders. Now we're gonna do our front legs and the back legs and the belly and the tail. And don't forget the feet. Okay. And last but not least, the tail. Okay, good job. All right, our next step is to get a darker brown. So this is a little bit darker brown. And whatever color you pick, just make sure that it's like 2 or 3 shades darker than the first brown that you used. Okay. We're gonna start off by coloring in the tops of the ears. So that that white space that we left around the pink inside the ears, we're going to color that dark brown. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the other ear, same thing. And we're going to put some dark brown on the top of the head. And a lot of German Shepherds sort of have a point that comes down of dark hair in between their nose. It's called a widow's peak. It's kind of like a little pointed piece of dark fur that comes down along their middle of their nose between their eyes. Make sure we get these little tuft of hair on the inside of the ears. All right. That's sort of make a little bit of a point with the dark color that comes down in between the eyes, but stops before you get to the nose. Okay. Now we're going to bring that dark brown down alongside of the eyes, and we're going to stop about halfway down the eyes. Okay. Our next step is to put some dark brown around the nose. So I want you to take the dark brown and just color a line around the nose, a very thin line. Just like that. And then we're going to draw a dark line with the brown that sort of goes and points back in, just like that. And kind of gives it the illusion that the dog has a long snout, like a German Shepherd. They have a big long snout. Next, we're going to take our brown and we're going to draw a line. Try to make it a curved line. It starts from the top corner of the nose and goes to the corner of the mouth, just like that. Okay. And now we're going to color in the cheeks. Okay, nice job. Next, we're going to put a little bit of dark hair on the tufts of hair on the cheeks. Okay. And then the top of the shoulders. And now we're going to draw some dark hair on the outside of the front legs. So just underneath the shoulders, we'll come down, draw a little bit of a dark patch on the outside of those arms. And then I want you to make a couple sort of scratchy marks to draw the hair on the tops of the outsides of the arms. Something like that. There you go. Now we're going to put some dark fur on the top of the back leg. Just like that. German Shepherds are darker on top, lighter on the bottom. And now we're going to put a little bit of a dark patch on the tip of the tail. And I'll put another little dark line at the base of the tail. Okay. Now you can do any kind of extra shading that you might want to do. But I think that you guys are all done and you did a good job. Does anybody have any questions that I can maybe help answer?
Okay. Do you have any questions, Max? Question time.
Okay, let me Google it.
Guys, show me your pictures. I'd love to see them. Hold them up for the camera.
Because you do it at 11 o'clock.
A good one.
I finally look at other people too. Can you send me a link?
Wow. Great job.
Shall I? No? Okay. Want to say thank you? Okay, look,
Thank you.
I hope you had some fun. Draw your own pictures. And
I'm drawing X out. Mommy.
cool.
God, you're annoying.
Okay, the one I have now is 941. The other ones you can erase. Can you send me the link to my like text message? Because for some reason it's better.
I was doing. I did this. Look,
Wow.
I made a little dog, but the dog is with the unicorn.
I like it.
The deer.
Yes, the details are just.
I was gonna do this, but I was thinking about making a dog with this.
Okay. Good idea. That's very
But I
creative.
didn't have enough time to do it.
I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna link it in today.
Open, can I see yours?
Mine's.
Who is that?
I don't know what this is. I don't know. You want to leave?
Oh.
You did yours?
I was gonna do this one with the dog. No, I know that. I was gonna make.
Don't show that back.
All these-
Oh,
No, I was gonna make this one with a deer.
oh, okay.
With a dog.
That might be all.
That's some. That's some.
Wow, that's a good one. Excellent job. Very impressive. Good art.
What's this?
Let me see.
Can I take this off?
Very talented.
It's a game. Let me see what you need. What you doing?
Because I'm trying to put something on so I can see back.
You can take the Band-Aid off now.
What?
You can put the Band-Aid back now.
It's a game if you are trying to save the girl.
Oh.
Well, I hope you guys have fun drawing your own pictures.
We done?
And I'll- This is a reference to build your own pictures. You can make some changes and maybe make a different kind of dog. Maybe you can draw your pet dog this way.
I ain't gonna take stuff off.
Just put on camera.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm supposed to.
I see a German Shepherd.
Really?
Does everyone have dogs at home?
I have a cat.
Got a couple dogs too.
Not yet.
I have a cat though,
Oh, cool. I like cats.
but he's an outside cat.
Okay.
Where is he at? He must be in the house somewhere.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
And guess what? I also got a tent.
Well, we going outside and exercise today.
I got a tent too. I could use.
I just want to, actually, I want to remind everyone that tomorrow at the time to tune in and visit with Sophia. She's going to be coming to you from the pup house, and she's going to talk to you guys about the puppies before they go home with their volunteer puppy raisers. So they're little tiny babies, and you guys can get a look at the little young pups before they go home to our volunteer puppy raisers who help us raise our German Shepherd guide dogs until they come in for training. And then after that, they're trained as guide dogs and placed with a very special job, and we can't do what we do without our volunteer puppy. So big thank you.
Grandpa said he's gonna put up that tent today. Yes.
They leaving?
And at 9 a.m. tomorrow to visit with Sophia in the pup house. Okay. Thank you, guys. I hope everyone had a great day today, and we'll chat with you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yes, I can.
Good. Good.